Hello and welcome back to the channel, and once again thank you all so much for 100 subscribers. It really means the world to me, and I really appreciate all of you coming with me along this journey that I am taking. So as promised, a couple weeks back I said that I was going to have a 100 subscriber special, and that's exactly what we're doing today. And today I would like to talk about something that happened on the Down East trip. Now, I won't say we got in legal trouble, because we didn't. But we did get more scrutiny from the police than we would have liked. I'm going to take you through what happened, but first a little legal background. The reason I'm able to do this kind of exploration without breaking the law is due to a fun little feature of Maine property law. That feature is called implied consent, which is a term with several legal uses, but in this case, implied consent refers to land access. In Maine, all property, public or private, is public access by default. If landowners wish to prevent people from coming onto their land, they must properly post the land. Now, for something to be properly posted, it must be posted in a specific way. Proper posting means that there is a sign reading posted or no trespassing or something to that effect that is visible from every angle of approach to the property. If there are gaps in the line where someone could plausibly enter without seeing a sign, it is not properly posted, and therefore there is no legal action that can be taken against the person entering the land. This is an important part of the story. They can tell you to leave, they can tell you not to come back, and if you refuse to leave or if you return, legal action can be taken, but otherwise, there's nothing that the police can do. This is why we go onto private property so casually on the channel. We follow the rule of turn around if you see a sign, but if you don't, you're in the clear. The other feature of Maine property law that helps us is the wording in the law itself. Title 17A of the Maine Criminal Code, Part 2, Chapter 7 states, a person is guilty of criminal trespass if, knowing that that person is not licensed or privileged to do so, that person enters any dwelling place. Now, notice that they use the word dwelling. A dwelling is a place someone lives and is the noun form of the verb to dwell. This implies that what makes something a dwelling is the action of dwelling in it. There's some very smart people in the Maine state legislature, and I'm sure that they've heard the words house or building before, but they didn't use those. They used dwelling instead. To me, this is a huge green flag. The houses we go into on this channel are not dwellings. If someone were to say that they are dwellings, my response would be to say, all right, this is a dwelling. Let's call code enforcement, have them come down here and inspect the property, and tell you if it's safe to live in. If it's livable, it's a dwelling. If not, how could it be a dwelling if you're legally not allowed to live there? Between the black mold, collapsing floors, animal poop, missing walls, and broken windows, there is no way in hell that we have been to any dwellings on this channel. All right, let's continue. The law also states that that it's a problem of criminal trespass if you enter any structure that is locked or barred, or enter any place from which that person may lawfully be excluded, that is posted in accordance with subsection 4 in a manner reasonably likely to come to the attention of intruders. All right, let's take a look at that subsection 4 they're talking about. This is where the proper posting thing comes into play. B1, subsection 4, B1. Paint markings made pursuant to this paragraph mean that access is prohibited without permission of the landowner or the landowner's agent. Paint markings made pursuant to this paragraph must consist of a conspicuous vertical line at least 1 inch in width and at least 8 inches in length, and must be placed so that the bottoms of the marks are not less than 3 feet from the ground or more than 5 feet from the ground at locations that are readily visible to any person approaching the property, and no more than 100 feet apart. That's key. That's what I was talking about with the proper posting. If there are gaps, you need to have, if there's a gap, it's not properly posted. C, signs or paint must mark the property at intervals no greater than 100 feet and at all vehicular access entries from a public road. There's another one. Anyway. Me getting executed during the French Revolution, so no head. All right, now that I've given a little legal context, here's what happened. We were going up and down this one road down east that connects a town to a long through road. I won't get too specific as to where. Through the trees, we saw a house that was half collapsed, super overgrown driveway, clearly not been traveled in years. I mean, this is Bando as Bando could be. We saw some posted signs on adjacent properties, but the driveway and the footprint of this property did not have any visible signs or paint, so we decided to check it out by going in through the woods from somewhere a bit up the road. The woods we passed through had no signs, and we did not see any signs while checking out the house. My camera died shortly after arriving in the property, so I do not have footage of the house, but the landowner clearly wouldn't want it out there anyway, so no big loss. We then left the house, but were seen by a pickup truck on the way out. We went further up and hit another stop, where I got this clip before my camera died again. By the way, another thing, we noticed the truck in front of us when we were going up the road. That's one of the first things that sketched us out. So, here's the short clip. Someone's popping over the hill.
Nails. Bad.
Yeah.
Careful, careful, careful.
Oh yeah. There are bad nails.
Crazy.
That one. Ooh. And that one. Ooh. Nasty nails out here, guys. And cars going by. Okay.
And watch out.
Yeah, this is kind of an awful spot.
There's square nails.
Yeah.
Stuff on one currently.
Oh, there's square nails. That means this is an old. Oh yeah, this is old. Yep, square nails.
It's beautiful.
So right after the cam died, the same truck came back, saw our car, took pictures of our license plate, and apparently called the police. We noticed that he was stalking us and left the area. I mean, this was, it was right along the road, so, we just saw him come down and go real slow by the collapsed house we were at, make a U-turn, go up, stop by our car. So we were like, okay, yeah, he's got our plate. So we left the area. He'd gone up the road towards the more desolate area, because this is just a long connector road. So there's the more desolate area of, like, you're almost going back to Bangor, and then there's the way towards town. So we didn't want to pass him again, so conventional wisdom would say go further into the woods, but since we didn't want to pass him, and this is just a long line, there's nowhere to jump off, we headed back towards town. So I'll never know what that guy said on the phone call, but he must have made it sound like a paramilitary invasion or arson or like something bad, because about halfway back to town, a county sheriff came speeding up over the hill, full lights going. As soon as he saw us, he whipped around, big Yui, and that's when we got this audio. Oh, we got another cop showing up.
You didn't bring your gun, right?
No.
Cool. Another one, huh?
Steady now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're gonna get Joe Biden out here. Yes, Joe Biden is gonna
We
come.
can make that joke. Was that like 6
He is coming in too. Yeah. Not much happens in.
Not really. Yeah, it's alright.
2:24. Got a couple hours a day left.
Alright, gents.
Thank you.
So, it's definitely posted. Don't go back there. Okay. Property owner said he saw you running through the woods or whatever. Just stay off that guy's land, alright?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yes,
We'll
he'll do.
do.
What were you guys? What was your plan? What were you guys doing?
We're just looking at
We-
we're looking through the area.
We started school, so we wanted to take a picture or something.
But yeah,
we
we've been
didn't
like
go
going through
inside
hiking,
anything.
and so we went to Cutler earlier this morning, and then we've been working our way up through, and we thought it was cool, but we took a few pics. So
Okay.
nothing crazy, but just a 5-minute stop.
Alright, well, this is all posted there, guys. So the owner
okay.
of the house was the one that was taking pictures of your car.
Okay.
Called me. Okay.
All right.
So-
I didn't see any signs. I don't know if we went in a different part than where so we won't go back, but
Yeah,
we didn't see any
we will
signs.
We
not
didn't see any
bother him.
posted
So
signs
if
for the yellow
we'd
building.
seen signs, we would have stayed well
yeah.
clear.
Alright.
Good enough. Just be careful if you are going to explore or whatever. Just be careful.
No, I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're glad you guys understand.
Yeah, for sure, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Alright, guys. Have a good day.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Have a good
Thank
one.
You as well.
So we explained the situation, and they were forced to let us go since we were fully legal. But the call had clearly attracted the attention of every law enforcement officer in like a 50-mile radius. We counted 7 cars with lights on behind us, mostly county, but at least 1 statey and 1 game warden. It was definitely excessive response for what happened, if you know what happened. What's interesting is how the game warden almost implied that whoever called him had called directly, which is not exactly surprising considering how small these towns are where everyone just kind of knows each other. Anyway, as you heard in the audio, we have been asked to stay off that dude's land, which I showed earlier with the legal stuff is all they can really do at that point. We have no plans to return to that bando, needless to say. Alright, thank you all so much for watching, and thanks again for 100 subscribers. It means the world to me, and I hope to keep making content for all of you for a very long time. See you next week for more bando content, and I hope you enjoyed this little ski stuff over the top. This is more of a storytelling episode, so it didn't really need video. So I figured, well, we'll just have the audio and show me, doing stupid stuff going backwards on skis. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
What up, what up? We're doing something a little different. Ski content. I got the ski claws. Sheesh. Them purple bindings. You got the purple pack. You got the Fortnite boots. Clean, clean, clean. Sheesh. Sandy River. Friggin' right.